Welcome to Medical Breakthrough Spotlight. Today, we're looking at a piece of research that really feels like a paradigm shift in managing a chronic illness.
Right.
For decades, the story of HIV has been about survival. Now, it's increasingly about, quality of life.
And that's exactly where this new study from the Texas Biomedical Research Institute comes in. They explored using these tiny, non-intoxicating doses of THC, that's the main compound in cannabis, to see if it could help people living with HIV who are on long-term treatment.
This is a really important area. I mean, modern antiretroviral therapy, or ART, is incredible. It can suppress HIV to undetectable levels, making it a manageable condition.
Yeah.
But that often means a lifetime of medication, which it can bring its own set of problems, chronic inflammation and risks to the heart, brain, and liver.
Exactly. So the researchers set up a preclinical study. They used rhesus macaques, which can get a virus very similar to HIV, and put them on ART. Okay. But they gave one group an extra thing, a daily microdose of THC, and we're talking doses so small they cause no high at all. So this isn't about the psychoactive effects people usually, associate with THC. Exactly.
It's purely medicinal. So what did they find?
This is the part that's so astounding. The benefits were just incredibly widespread. The THC group showed reduced inflammation, healthier gut bacteria, and even a drop in harmful cholesterol.
Wow!
But what really jumped out at me, Alex, was the effect on serotonin.
The feel-good neurotransmitter? Yeah, most people think of that as being all in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
But a huge amount of it is actually produced in our gut. And that's precisely where THC seemed to be working its magic. It actually increased the specialized cells in the gut that produce serotonin. Right. It even boosted the specific gut bacteria that help in that process. It's like it was restarting a factory for well-being that had been slowed down by chronic disease. That's a fantastic analogy. So it's not just treating a symptom.
Right.
It's restoring a fundamental biological process. This speaks to the gut-brain axis, right? This complex communication highway between our digestive system and our brain. Better gut health so often translates to better mental health. Right, but let's get to the finding that even the researchers found almost too good to be true. It has to do with the ART drugs themselves. Alex, you led the point on this before. What was it that was so shocking? Recalling, it was the fact that the animals receiving THC had lower concentrations of the ART drugs circulating in their blood. Oh, now your first thought might be, is that bad? Does that mean the treatment is less effective? But it wasn't. Viral suppression was just as strong. Wow. This suggests the THC was helping the body metabolize the drugs more efficiently, clearing them faster. Think of it like this. You get all the virus-fighting power, but with less of the drug lingering around to potentially, strain the liver over years and decades. It's a win-win. You reduce the long-term toxic load
Mm-hmm.
without compromising the primary goal. One of the lead scientists, Dr. Premadasa, literally said, "I kept looking because I couldn't believe it could all be good, but I really could not find any negative impacts." It makes you think of THC in this context less as a single target drug and more like an orchestra conductor. It's not just playing one loud note. Yeah, it's subtly retuning multiple sections, the gut, the liver, the cardiovascular system, to bring them back into harmony. That's a perfect way to put it. And because it's working on these fundamental systems, the implications could be huge. Right. The researchers noted this could be relevant for other conditions tied to gut inflammation, like irritable bowel syndrome, chronic liver disease, or even neurodegenerative disorders like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Of course, we have to add the necessary caution. This was a study in non-human primates, a crucial step. Sure. But human clinical trials are the next major hurdle. But as a proof of concept, it's incredibly powerful. It opens up a whole new therapeutic avenue that focuses on holistic well-being alongside disease management. It really does. Yeah. It represents a shift from just keeping a virus at bay to helping the entire body thrive. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. This research harnesses a compound from a plant with a long and complicated social history.
Hmm.
As we uncover more of these nuanced medical benefits at a microdose level, how do you think it should change our public conversation and policies around cannabis-derived medicines?